you end up in front of Nick Cannon and you whoop him in a battle. All right?
Yes, that was
Okay.
on national TV. So that was like
Yeah.
live on national TV. So they couldn't edit nothing. And so all of those reactions were real.
And then he had his little comeback. And it was like nobody said anything. And it was like they were almost waiting for you to get him. And I was like, oh, she ate that.
I think he's still mad at me from that.
All them damn baby mamas.
So when I was, my mom wanted me to be in a pageant. So then I did a poem about beauty standards for a pageant. Just because I was like trolling. I was like, a woman's values is so underrated. Society has stated to make it, you are obligated to fit their standards or be separated. Separated from those who are shallow, whose morals are that low, who seem to lack growth. Why is society afraid of variety? Yeah.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
that was
And
like
you
at
said it was
17.
for a beauty pageant?
It was for a beauty pageant. Yeah. And they're like, damn, why the fuck you even here? And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. I'm hip hop. Oh, that might be fun, being a stripper. Yes. I'm just fucking with you. Yes. Listen, y'all tag Tyler Perry and say, yo.
Thank you for being here at Great Lyricists Only podcast. We got your host, David Kidd. We got Melissa, the exclusive. Also, we have our sound engineer. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Good Time Grant is in the building.
Yeah.
I don't play it safe with my shit.
Shout out to everybody that's still spitting. Great lyricists, the Great Lyricists Only podcast.
Only on the Great Lyricists podcast.
That's right. You know what I'm saying?
It's a gift.
This is my favorite interview ever. I love y'all, man. Y'all are so fucking show.
But saying a funny bar with a serious voice is just the funniest fucking thing.
Thank David for that.
Let's get this thing going.
That's how I roll.
You never know who's gonna show up, but the job is for
Good
you to
job.
show up.
They not beating us.
I just like anything that has to do with rap, you know what I mean?
Y'all made me really feel real.
My name is Melissa, the exclusive, aka Exclusive Rights. I'm too lit for this.
It's always a pleasure when David does these interviews.
Y'all got Mary Poppins to give me that intro.
I like Flair too, baby.
Yeah, that's the homie. She's in the UK.
We've got it down to a fine art between us now. Hello and welcome. Your content creator and host is David Kidd, and alongside him are his co-hosts Big Arc and Melissa the Exclusive. And Luke, it's our pleasure to introduce one of the most versatile pens in the game. Today, on the Great Lyricists Only podcast, we're honoured to welcome a true force in society and not just hip-hop. She's a battle-tested MC, a poet with presence, and the first Latina to represent the legendary Rocksteady crew. From stages like URL, King of the Dot, and Queen of the Ring, to MTV's Wild and Out, and the TED stage on how hip-hop can drive climate action, merging bars with purpose in a way only she can. MyVERSE blends bars, brilliance, and a purpose like few others. She's gone head-to-head with elite competition, racked up millions of views, and stayed true to her craft and Panamanian and Puerto Rican roots every step of the way. You may know her by many names: Sandra Bullets, Barsquiat, Jennifer Flopez, Angie Bartinez, and Bacon the Chef. But today, we call her family here on Great Lyricists Only podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Natalia Pitti, famously known as MyVERSE.
Okay. Y'all got Mary Poppins to give me that intro. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Claire.
Shit, I sound classy.
Go. Yeah. Yeah, that's the homie. She's in the UK, man. What I love about this particular app, just like Instagram, you know what I'm saying? It's global, you know what I'm saying? So she's away over there, and I asked her, hey, can you do something for me? She went ahead and got it done. She's fire. Of course, I'm in Maryland right now. Let me see.
Oh, so that was like a
Melissa-
real person?
A real Ashley, yes, ma'am. A
Yeah,
real
you're a
Okay,
real
person.
my bad.
person. Ain't
I'm
that
sorry.
dope?
I didn't even know if I thought you got some like AI shit, but that's dope.
Nah, that's
No,
one of the
she killed
homies.
that.
She's one of the homies.
She
Yeah.
killed it. So thank you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She definitely gonna hear this because, like, I conversed with her, before and after these situations. She might be able to pull up, but I think for her it is approximately like 1 in the morning. So she may be able to pull
Oh,
up, but maybe not though. But yeah, she's already in the
yeah.
UK. But yeah,
Oh,
so
no worries.
oh yeah, so of course I got myself, David Kidd, you know what I'm saying? A Haitian kid from Miami doing my thing. We got Big Ock. Go ahead and introduce yourselves right quick, you know what I'm saying, to Miss My Verse.
Yeah, what's up, my verse? I'm Big Op. I'm from Chicago. Fucking with your music. I like your battles. And I can't wait to get this started.
That's what's up. Thank you. I appreciate you for tuning in.
What's going on? My name is Melissa the Exclusive, aka Exclusive Rights. I am a poet and spoken word artist, so I'm too lit for this. Um, I also co-host this podcast and do some other things on the side as well. But this is my passion. This is what I want to do when I grow up. So
Oh, incredible.
it's a
Incredible.
yes, it's a pleasure to have you. Outside of that, I'm just like the auntie. I have 3 grown children, 8 grandbabies, seen a lot of things, talk about a lot of stuff. So I can't wait to sit on the virtual sofa with you and get into it. It's a pleasure and an honor.
Oh, thank you, dear. Thank you.
And I
Well,
like Claire too, baby. Because when she
oh,
Melissa, the exclusive, she melts me.
I'm like, wow, you just made me sound like money.
That part, she raised your value just by saying your name. She good with me.
Yes. She said that she was the first Latina. I was like, yes. Yes, I was. Talk to me nice.
Okay. Make you want to put your pinky up real bad.
Right. Would you like a
Oh, shit.
Spotify? You know what I mean? I'm like, yes.
You want some tea and a biscuit?
Mm, like, give her Spotify. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. They should write
Oh,
that down.
shit.
That's dope. But yo, thank you for that intro. And I'm so happy to hang out with y'all and chop it up with you guys. David Kidd, thank you so much for having me here. And just yeah, man. Let's get this thing going.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Oh yeah, Swan, you want to say something right quick before I get started, Swan?
Absolutely. I didn't want to step on any toes. It's always a pleasure. When David does these interviews, he always picks some of the most talented people to bring up. I did check out your Instagram. I'm a new fan. I have no expertise. I sell insurance, but I love music. And I love what David does. I love the people that he bring on, and I'm very interested in learning more about you. You seem very cool, very classy. So I can't wait to hear more about it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. And let me know where the best rates are for my car or
Now
my
that we
health
can work
insurance.
out. Absolutely.
Yeah, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So let me get to my first question, right? So I was gonna play this particular track, but I played it during the intro, right? But I'll still play it again for people to hear your words and not just the beat. And then I have a question about it.
Sure.
And this is Mother off of, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, yeah, check that out. And I put her link to her website on top.
Yeah, yeah. If I see another hater, usually it's on the way up. If you think that you could break her, I appreciate the layup. Feel like Neo trying to save them. They keep turning into agents, praising jump offs. My verse leaping off the pages. My hitter with the crooked smile, lawyer on retainer. So controller with the stick. Let me see you try to game her. Hit the gym, I could spot when you need to get your weight up. If God is just a woman, it's the meeting of your maker. Bars from guy, you're not the guy. Don't DM me less is paper. Puerto Rican, Panamanian, and I speak a little Spanglish. Pero ni the name Aretha, and she really is a singer. La que manda es la alfa. Now let's see you try to bait her. I'm in a league of my own. Lift my region number.
Yeah, that's that mother right there, right?
Mm,
So yeah. So I like you doing. So okay, of
mm.
course you go by Sandra Bullets, Barsquiat, Jennifer Lopez, Angie Martinez, Bay Kwan the chef, Do each of these personas unlock a different creative frequency when you write? And it's also, this is a two-part question. What does your writing ritual look like? Is it silence, beats, or incense, or just straight up chaos? Without giving away your exact formula, can you walk us through your process?
Well, as far as like the names, for me, I kind of just feel like, when I say I'm the Barsquiat of the game, I feel like I paint pictures with words. And so, you know what I mean? And I just like anything that has to do with rap, you know what I mean? So like it'll be like Pennifer, Lopez, like stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So for me, it's more like just anything that has to do with rap. I'm like, that's my name, and everybody's like, yo, you like Sandra Bullet. So I'm like, all right, well, now I'm Sandra Bullets, just to like play off of that. So yeah, it's just kind of incorporating my verse with just dope names, Baquan the Chef.
Yeah, I like that one a
Um,
lot. Yeah, I'm putting my Wu
yeah.
Tang head, so yeah.
That's low key. It actually came from a department store. I was like, oh, I like that shit. I'm gonna keep that. Because I was in like the cooking aisle and I was like, yo, they call me Baquan the Chef, So then I just kind of stuck with it, you know what I mean? And as far as like my writing process, I will say, I think just like everyday conversation for me is what inspires me. As far as like um battle rap, music wise, I'll just play the record and then I first want the concept of the record. And then I kind of think of sometimes it'll just be one line that makes me be like, okay, I'm building off of that conceptually. And so then, yeah, that's kind of where I go with a record. Sometimes I'll have a beat and I'll be like, damn, I could do three different type of records to this one beat. But for the most part, yeah, like I sometimes write a verse and then like the coolest line that I like in it, I'll make that the hook, you know?
Understood. Man, I wish I knew how to write music, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Uh,
As far as like battle rap, it's mostly like just conversation. Like we could be in the middle of a conversation, you'll say something, I'll be like, ooh, that's a bar.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Or I'm
Cause
like,
I see that when you was doing your on your Instagram, you have like where you like point at words, and you say like, like how did you come up with that concept? Because I was like, that was fucking, it's fantastic. So how did you come up with that also?
actually around the time I was taking like improv classes and I don't know, like I was in the grocery store and then I was just like, oh, I wonder what would happen if I just make a bar of this. And at the time I wasn't doing the ooh, at the end. I was actually being like, hey yo, and I was just, it was like super exaggerated. And then eventually it kind of made its own like template. You know what I mean? There's the department store template where it's like, you start with the hey yo, and then you pick out the stuff, you know what I mean? You make the bar and then you end it with a ooh.
Hmm.
But that kind of didn't, it kind of turned into that. And then it just built a life of its own. You know what I mean? Like it's just, people fuck with it. And I love that.
Yeah, same here. Let's see here. And Melissa, you're right ahead.
Okay, so I guess my first question is um, so if I'm correct, it was ballet at the age of 12, right?
Mhm.
Then teenager, poetry. So what merged that transition? I also have a two-part question.
Mm.
And then since your brother was into music, is that what ended up melding your poetry or your spoken word artistry into what you're doing now? Like, take me through that transition, please.
Uh-huh. So the first part is what's the first part question? Like, how did my poetry get into
So
music?
basically, ballet to poetry
Oh
transition,
yeah.
and then
So
poetry to music. Uh
yeah.
huh.
Yeah. Yeah. So like ballet, just dance in general was, something that my mother always had me part of. She always wanted me to have poise and like just, elegance and I guess she always felt like, ballet would add that and, cultivate me. Shout out to my mom. She was always like trying to just, as a single mom, cultivating ways to make me, a lady, and just and have elegance, and poise. And so my mother got me into ballet, and it was one of those moments where I realized I enjoyed being on stage. I enjoyed the feeling of like, completing something, practicing something, and then completing it. Like that to me was just so fulfilling. And so, um, how I got into poetry, well, I will say this. It's funny you say ballet and I say my mom. My mom was one of my biggest inspirations as far as how I got into poetry because, the first time I wrote a poem was actually for a Mother's Day card. And I wrote it and I didn't put my name on the card. And the teacher had read it out loud. I remember I was about 11 years old and the teacher read it out loud and the teacher was like, "Oh my God, this is such a great poem. But unfortunately, I don't know who wrote it." And so then I was like, "Oh my gosh, that was me." And out of all of the kids that he would read all their stuff, I was the only one that got a compliment. And so for me, I was like, "Oh wow." Like it was very easy to rhyme words. I enjoyed the process of rhyming words. And to be honest, I actually started my poetry with storytelling. So I would do a lot of my poems would be stories.
Mm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so, yeah, and so then my homegirls would be like, "Oh, let me tell you about this," or write a poem about how I feel about this boy. And I'm like, "Okay," and I'm write a poem about how you feel about the boy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how I got into it. And then growing up, my brother, he was, he would be heartbroken by a girl and he would write a poem and I would, and I would read these poems, you know what I mean? And all of those rhymed. And so I always thought poetry just rhymed. That was before I understood figurative language and like understood like, the different varieties of poetry and spoken word. So, but yeah, so my family is a big part of, I guess, the fabric of who I am.
That's awesome. That's amazing. So then moving that transition into now music,
Mm,
what made you say, okay, so I'm at the, not necessarily the end because the pen drips forever, right? But what
mm.
made you make then that transition where you said, hey, was it just, hey, I'm going to conquer this next level or next round? Because I can always go back to, what is it, Prolific Mondays? Would you ever do it again? Um,
Girl, now you digging
I'm still doing
in.
this.
And
That's what we do
now
over here.
she dug in the crates
I'm in your
for
business, mama. This
that
is a
one.
pleasure. This is a pleasure.
Wow.
Would you ever go back to it? But no, what made you
Yeah.
say, okay, I want to conquer this new realm and eat this up?
Yeah, I mean, and it's funny you say prolific Mondays. Like I was doing those open mics, because for me, I wanted a place where artists can do poetry and rap it. Because there was usually just poetry, strictly poetry, and that's it. And I was like, yeah, but I want to be able to like do it all. And then
Yeah.
I would see the MCs like rapping and ciphers and stuff. And I was just doing strictly poetry. Like I'd straight up be like, yo, stop the beat. Nah, nothing. Straight up acapellas. That's how I wanted it to be. And then, I started getting in the ciphers with my poems. And, there wasn't really any type of flow. So it would sound like I'm freestyling, but it was still rhyming, you know what I mean? And so that kind of feeling, it was almost the same feeling how I felt when I did ballet. And the people would be in like,
Mm.
whoa, what? Oh shit. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember the first time I did a poem on a beat. It was at this place called Tangeray's in Orlando. And I remember being in the hip hop scene and all my peers were MCs, you know what I mean? And they knew me as a poet. And so then when I went and rapped on a beat with the poem, all of my MC peers were like, yo, keep going. And so that kind of for me was like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna keep going. And
I
so
like
then
that.
that's kind of where I transitioned into doing music and like, I would cipher with I would freestyle cipher and stuff. And I was just freestyle, fucking around, laughing, roasting each other and shit. But like, yeah, like actually, like, all right, I'm gonna take it serious. I would say is when I was doing those open mics and just rapping in ciphers. And then yeah, and then eventually I got in the studio.
That's what's up. I haven't. I don't know. Me and music, I guess, will melt when the time comes. But I love the encouragement of just kind of okay, next level, and this is what I want to do. Still keeping the
Yeah.
same foundation, even with the ballet, and letting that artistry travel and transition with you. That's pretty dope. You got a question?
No, yeah, I got a question. Yeah, hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. I saw that you on a podcast with Charlotte Flair.
Oh yeah, Charlie.
Yeah, what was it like meeting her? And like, are you a wrestling fan?
Oh man, I will say I grew up I grew up watching wrestling with my brother. So that was like my only like experience as far as like, you know, watching The Undertaker, Ric Flair. I honestly thought Ric Flair was a pastor because there was a pastor who had the same like, so I was a kid at that time. So but yeah, meeting Charlotte Flair, man, to me, I'm a wrestling fan, but of the women.
Okay.
I love women's wrestling. For me,
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, man. Like to me, I enjoy it. And, I enjoy the storylines and stuff. But yeah, Charlotte Flair, she's so humble, so like just she's encouraging and you know what I mean? Like there's certain people that she didn't have to go on that podcast. You know what I mean? But she did it
Uh-huh.
because just the type of person that she is, and I'm just I'm just so grateful that I could be in certain rooms with people that I can sometimes I'm like I can't even believe I'm here right now, and so meeting her was just it was just dope. Like it's just I was like, wow, that's crazy. I know your dad. You know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to my girl Nikita Lyons. It was,
Lions, yeah, she's fire. She's fire.
she's so fire. I love seeing her evolution and just her elevating all the time. And yeah, man, like what's funny is that like when I had that interview on the podcast, she had commented like, yo, she's one of my biggest inspirations. And this was before she got with WWE. And so it's just so cool to see like, eventually I'm going to see my girl Nikita in the ring with Charlotte Flair. I won't know who to pick, but I'm just going to love it. You know what I mean? I'm going to love that matchup.
Yeah, this gonna be a good match. Shoot, Nikita's fire though. She do all those martial arts and stuff.
Yo, she a real fighter too. You know what I mean? She'll
Yep.
do smoke shop. Yeah.
Yeah. What made you get into battle rap?
Oh man, what got me into battle rap? I've always loved roasting, and having like, I had older cousins, my older brothers. So it's like, you had to like, keep, hold your shit down because if not, they're gonna fucking cook you. Um, and so like, I just always been like quick on my feet as far as like that, and I was just always a fan of like I said, I loved lyricism. I loved improv, like people that could just freestyle off the top. And so like the only things you could really see, I mean, you would see the battles with like Smack DVDs and stuff, but those were more like verses. And like to me, I've really loved freestyle, like people freestyling off the top. And so the only way you would really find improv freestyle is people battling, like in the scribble jams or the WRCs. Like those were leagues that had freestyle and like improv. And so for me that was how I admired battling. Like I enjoyed I enjoyed seeing it in Orlando. we have this thing called, well, back in the day, there was this thing called Lyricist Lounge. And so it was an annual freestyle battle that would happen in Orlando. And yeah, like freestyle, improv, freestyle battling is how I got into battle rap. Because initially that's what it was, you know what I mean? And so there would be these things called the Hush shows in Orlando. And so it being in Orlando, freestyle rap, freestyling off the top is the cloth of Orlando hip hop, and it's always been that. And and then eventually Grind Time started in Orlando, and so then yeah, it was just kind of inevitable, like my peers, my MC peers, we were all pulling up to these same events, and so it was just yeah, man, it was inevitable for it to happen. I had been asked to battle way long time ago, but I was like, nah, I'm good. I just want to do poetry, music, and I just enjoy the art form. And then eventually, um, I wanted to, because I could do spoken word. I was already doing like poetry slams, which is like poetry battles. So you know what I mean? It's like battle rap, but like spoken word. So yeah, eventually I was like, you know what, I'm doing that. Let me see what I could do in the battle rap world, you know? And so that's kind of where I felt like as an MC, like I think that's the highest form of lyricism to me. I think battle rap is the highest form of lyricism. And um conquering cadence, multisyllabics, you know, figurative language, like that, all of that it's all encompassed in that. And then on top of that, if you're funny, that even makes it even better. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what got me into battle rap. It was just like being in the scene and just enjoying it. And yeah. I had a question for you. I got a question for you. What was the first battle you saw of mine?
Oh, I can't even I watch different stuff. I can't even say. I'm gonna be honest.
No, my heart breaks.
No, I've seen some, but I can't I watch a lot of videos, so my memory I saw a couple you were killing it, but I don't know who you were battling. And I was gonna ask you who was some of your dream opponents, probably on your bucket list.
I mean, my dream opponent is the opponent that gets me the biggest purse.
You the biggest bag.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I know she got some battles with Miss Hustle. You know what I'm saying? She got a few. You know what I'm saying? Let me, right before I go to mine, Swan, you got something? Right before I go to mine, Swan.
Sure. I'm a fan, right? I'm new. I just was introduced to you recently. So thank you for even engaging. I really love your versatility. And I was listening to some of your music. I went back to 2015. You got a song called Black Swan. Shout out to that. Which artists did you draw most inspiration from, or who are your favorites? Like, what's your go-to?
I will say Mos Def is one of my favorites. I loved how he was able to do poetry and be an MC and be a b-boy at the same time. You know what I mean? So I draw a lot of inspiration from him. I draw a lot of inspiration from Evie Queen. She's a reggaetonera. She's a Latin artist, and I just just the way her voice commands, the way that she performs, the way that she represents for women, especially Latinas. I draw a lot of inspiration from her. And then, some of the greats, Big Pun, Lauryn Hill, um, you know, just Bahamadia. These are, for me, I think, just figures of women that, or just MCs in general that, just do it to the max. And so that is, and also Erica Badu. I feel like Erica Badu, the way she structures a record, I love the way she structures a record because it's like she almost is like she's doing like multiple bridges and then like putting it all together. And then there's always layers on top of that. And so I love the way she structures her music. And so that's also an inspiration for me because I love the way she'll go into a verse and then she'll go into a bridge and then she'll do like a two-part hook and then go back into that bridge. You know what I mean? And so I love the way she structures her music.
No, absolutely. I'm a big fan of a lot of people that you name, specifically Erica Badu and Bahamadia.
Hmm.
Shout out to you because those are some true lyrical women. Uh,
Hmm.
and you're a beautiful woman, obviously. How do you navigate, with being Latina, Puerto Rican, Panamanian? Do you ever experience cultural pushback because of that?
Um, I think I think when you're true to who you are, I think that's undeniable. You know, that's undeniable. I mean, to navigate, I think just as a woman in general in the industry, it's not easy. It's not easy, and you have to just kind of learn how to maneuver. That's why I've been so good at, I don't know, like for me, awkward situations, I'll just kind of make a joke out of it and then just be like, all right, I'm out, like you just kind of have to find a way to like uh, get out safely. And that's really just what it is navigating the industry as a woman, in general. Like culturally, I feel like I love that, I'm from Orlando, I'm from Florida, where we have nothing but island New Yorkers. We got Puerto Rico, though, like there's nothing but Puerto Ricans and New Yorkers like living under one roof, and just the Caribbean in general and in Florida. There's just a different flavor in Florida. It's like, this is like the first stop that, people come to when they come to America, here or New York. And so, yeah, culturally, I think I've been blessed to experience so many different parts of, just being in the South and being Boricua y Panameña, like being these these background, this culture, like having that, to me, I just think it's an arsenal for me. You know what I mean? And it's something that I carry with me, and I hold it with so much pride. I truly do.
No, MyVERSE, thank you for answering that. I got two more questions, right?
Mhm.
I think you're dope as shit. Like I've been skimming through your music because I've been busy, so I apologize for not being more on my game and knowing more. But it doesn't take me long to recognize Sunshine. I know you know that verse, but um,
Hey,
um, do you got any upcoming performances?
I do. I'm actually going to be in LA this weekend. I will be at the Warp Tour. I'm going to be on the Unplugged stage. I'll be performing. I'm also going to be hosting the day before, so that's going to be fun. And then August 9th, I'm going to be in Philly. Um, August 9th, I will be in Philly at the Hip Hop in the Park event on Eakins Oval Park in Philly. And then September 26th, I will be at the Dr. Phillips Center in Orlando, Florida. And I will be actually doing a poetry set, a strictly poetry set. So I'm excited about that. And that's going to be for the Hispanic Heritage Month. And definitely, I will be in Puerto Rico the beginning of September. And so I am trying to set something up there. And then, yeah, November, I will be back in Puerto Rico for the Puro Hip Hop Fest. And yeah, man, I'll just stay booked and busy. If and you can get all that on myversewashere.com.
No, absolutely. I apologize, David. Last question. Last question, I promise. First, I just want to make a suggestion. Come on down to Texas. They're gonna love you here. If you haven't been, check it out. Check out Austin, Dallas, Houston.
Yeah,
They will absolutely fuck with what you got going on because
I
it's
love Houston.
yes, yes, indeed. My last question, and thank you for allowing me to ask these questions.
Yeah.
What would you say to encourage new burgeoning artists? What would you what words of advice would you give them?
I would say consistency. Consistency is key. Consistency is key. And also taking a little break and living your life and allowing yourself to be inspired. And like truly just going with this, like your stream of consciousness, obviously, but like just going with the flow, man. Like really like let like yes, obviously you have to finish. Like consistency is key. Consistency is key, but don't like put pressure on yourself to where you like almost give yourself writer's block, you know? And if you are having writer's block, I always say like for me, improvising, like creating something out of nothing, like that's for me. And that came from department stores. Like, yo, I could just go somewhere and just be inspired by that, you know? And if you got a free write, like just keep free writing, you know? And if sometimes you need to allow yourself to have a moment to just be inspired, do that too, you know? And like just allow yourself and give yourself grace. Give yourself grace and don't like, because you're gonna feel like hella guilty if you don't, because I know what it is to like feel like, yo, I gotta keep going, I gotta keep going, I gotta keep going. And sometimes you like need to have a moment to just like reflect and like be with your peoples and be with, create moments, create memories, and you know what I mean? And really cultivate your art, you know, cultivate your art by that, you know, and speaking about your life, your true life and how that works. And that's how, and just, yeah, just being authentic to yourself. As cliche as that should sound, it's the truth.
All right. So I'm gonna post it in the chat for folks to know what I'm gonna ask, and then I'm just gonna play something. Give me like 2 seconds, and
Yo amo mi gente, boricua estamos presentes. Donde sea, soy boricua showing levels. Con la bandera enganchada en mi espejo, cari fresca. Caribeña en mi hueso, Puerto Rico. Oma de aquí lo defiendo. Sigo con la mía y estamos encendida cada día en Florida. Estoy unida con mi isla. Mire, if you mire, you can see this sos criolla. Getting bags, cause I'm always in my bolsa. Llevando mi cultura a cada costa. Atabey, protegiendo una diosa. Una boricua.
all right. So my question, right, is that of course you're bilingual, and how has Spanish shaped your rhythm, rhyme schemes, or even your battle setups?
Well, I mean, I battle in English, so I don't know. But maybe that just makes me extra spicy, huh? So, I think, so what was the question again? How has like Spanish cultivated
How does
like,
it help you with your, maybe some setups or your rhythm? Because you know some people they have a way of rhyming where like they just, I don't know, man. Their bar setups, like how, like I guess I can go into your bar setups. Like when you set up your bars, how do you set them up?
well, I mean, I guess the strongest punchline, I try to keep it at the end, you know? And so then I just kind of go with the beat. I don't know if like me being Spanish, I think well, I will say this, like there's certain words in Spanish that, and there's certain sentences in Spanish that like there's way more words that are being said for just one thing, you know? So I think finding a flow and how to say it, you know, is the important thing. For me, it's all about like the strongest punchline, the punchline that has the message, is really where kind of like my focus is. And then you know, obviously the flow, it got to be good, you know, so I don't know. I think that's just something you're born with, you know. So I don't know if it's changed or anything. I think it's just kind of like it's just what it is. I don't. That's kind of a weird question.
Yeah.
I mean, how
Typical for
Spanish?
me to ask a weird question. That's my job, to ask a
How did
weird
Spanish
question.
make give you rhythm? I don't know.
Yeah, like I don't know. What
I
with
was
this?
I was born playing congas. I don't know.
My fault. All right, so
No,
here's
you're good,
another one.
man.
Here's another one right here. So this is about this song right here.
Flowers to my love, flowers on the dirt. It was death before dishonor, but it bothered me. Getting treated second class cause of policy. Often we forgot we were God's higher prophecy. Say we immigrated to the States, what they wanna teach. Learn we reigned here through the ancients, stood through ages, through the races. Now they name us through the cages. Immigration to detain us, treat us heinous. Melt our statues, where's our value if we can't measure? Why try to tax us when you built it from our land's treasure?
So with that record, right, Flowers, right? So what was your what were you mentally and spiritually when you created that track right there? Fire, man.
Um, that record was just definitely inspired by at the time, like it was a time where Puerto Rico had just had Hurricane Maria happen, and we were hearing the stories about kids being in cages and like, just the whole immigration movement. And what really inspired that was the fact that, like, as people, even people that are indigenous and all of that, like, for me, I felt like, that's the most American, they're the most American people in the world. Like, how are you going to say that, you know, uh, that there's people in California that don't belong in California when it used to belong to Mexico? Like, it don't make no sense to me. And like, these are people that are of the land, and the fact that, and what cats don't realize is that America is not just North America. There's Central America, there's South America, and so I feel like, these are people that are indigenous and that are um of the land being kicked out of their own land. And I just think, and the fact that there's money that's being allocated to put children in cages, and so all these, I mean, this is me getting in my political bag. um and like, and yet it's not, and at the time, Puerto Rico, if you don't know, there was 5,000 people that died from Hurricane Maria, that went missing, that still haven't been found. And like, and the fact that, they try to say that Puerto Rico is a commonwealth, and there's so many rules that are given, or so many laws that prohibit Puerto Rico from like really elevating as a country. And the fact that all of that money is not being used to help what is known as a commonwealth to America, but yet it's being used to lock children up in cages. To me, I just felt I needed to speak on that. And yeah, que viva en Puerto Rico libre. That's how I feel.
All day, man. Thank you. Because I could have played the poetic version, which is like you. What is that? I don't know what that's called. You were standing in like a little bit of a tunnel and it had like roses or flowers around you. I was gonna play that version, but no, let me play this right here. That's pretty dope. So Swan, you got something, Swan?
No, play it, play it, play it. I want to hear it. I'm learning.
Oh, she's the rookie here, like so she's learning. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Yeah,
I
yeah,
love it.
yeah. Melissa, Big Ock.
I definitely have next question. I'll shift a little bit, but still stay in my bag. So timeline with me for you, right? Because I love the process and the favor, the uncommon favor. Like you literally, it seems like you took off overnight. So we talking like 2010, right? You host an event, you become a part of a crew. That's the Rock Steady crew, correct?
Yeah, that was actually 2014.
2014. Okay. So then 2016, your first battle?
No, my first battle was 2013.
Oh, well, tell them tighten up online because that's where I got these from. Okay.
Oh,
Was
okay.
it with Villain?
No, no, no. My
Oh, look,
very
they don't have you right in here. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, my first battle was in 2013, April 2013 in Arizona, and it was against this girl named Il V. And yeah, it was cool because it was at the end of a tour that I had set up for myself.
Mhm.
And so yeah, so shout out to Voice Box Battle League. That was a time.
That
And
sounds like what's up. Okay, so then get me right, because this is your wiki content. So I'll tell you where I got it from so you can tell them, get you right, baby, because they don't have your dates
Yeah.
in here right. So that's where I'm getting it from, your wiki.
Yeah.
But anyway, so okay, so then from there, then I won't drop the next year. It says, so then you went through there, you were in Times Square, you participated in So You Want to Wild Out, and then boom, you end up in front of Nick Cannon and you whoop him in a battle. All right?
Yes, that was
Okay.
on national TV. So that was like
Yeah.
live on national TV. So they couldn't edit nothing. And so all of those reactions were real.
Yo, now that was what
Yeah.
I saw. That's what I saw of you first. So then that takes off. You now have like millions of views. So from the moment of, and shout out, oh, and also you did put me on to Surgeon General, the rapper. I found some
Yes.
song that he had, baby, and it was what was it called? Hostile, I think. It
He's
was with
dope.
Fuji Rap. Honey.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so
He's
now that
nasty.
I'm on my personal thing, I keep up with the timeline. We keep gonna get you right because they're not gonna do me like that. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Yeah. Like
so
what? At
but no,
16, I put in work. Hold
I know.
on.
I don't like it, but no. So from your first battle, because I know it takes a certain type of boldness. For me, with poetry, my poetry is a lot more gritty. So say I don't have
Hmm.
soft poetry. There are people who are like, "Oh, you don't do erotic?" No, because I sound too this.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
and so it sounds like you're kind of along that same journey. So probably like you said, finding the battle rap, was that also your poetic lane? And then jumping from that to now standing in front of Nick Cannon, how was that?
Yeah, man. Like I got an email. That's really what it was. I just got an email and they were like, "Yo, we want you to audition for Wildin' Out." And so then, yeah, I went to New York and I auditioned for them, and they were like, "Yo, we want you to battle Nick Cannon." I was like, "Really?" I don't know. At the time, I was like, I kind of want to just focus on being an artist, and I did the battle rap. I did the battle rap thing, um, and then like I was like, I kind of want to, and I want to focus on being an artist for now. And they were like, "Nah, we want you to battle him. Just do it." And I was like, "All right, fine, I'm gonna do it." And so then, I did it, and it's probably one of the best things I ever did. Like as far as like, recognition, you know what I mean? And I say that's my first million view battle, about 3 million views. you
No, that
know.
had to be it. That was lovely. I watched that, and I saw him trying to get up, and then he had his little comeback, and it was like nobody said anything, and it was like they were almost waiting for you to get him, and I was like, oh, she ate that. So I love it. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that type of it was like going into battle rapping, that type of grit, that type of boldness coming from poise. How did you make that switch?
So like I would always have poems that was talking my shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd have poems that would be like, why is it that beauty standards are, this and this way? You know what I mean? And like
Mm-hmm.
I would talk shit about like just how society's trash as fuck, and you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and so like I was already like on that wave of like I was battling politicians in my mind. You know what I mean? And so
Mm-hmm.
and policies and shit like that. Like, the just systematic oppression. Like I felt like I've been battling that shit,
Mm-hmm.
from in poetry. And so I think, I all my peoples at Grind Time, Direct, Mad Ills, like they was like, "Yo, why don't you battle? Like you should battle." And I'm like, "Cause I want to do poetry, and I'd rather battle in a poetry slam. Like that's where I'm at right now. You know what I mean?"
Mm-hmm.
And so um I think the the process of writing a battle is almost the same as writing a poem. It's
Mm-hmm.
just a little bit more, let me wait for this to pass. It's just a little bit meaner,
Mm-hmm.
it's a little bit it's just, it's a little more gritty, like you were saying,
I
and
like that. It's a little more greedy.
Yeah, it's just aggressive spoken word, to be honest with you. Like that's really what battle rap is, you know? And then I think when you master your own cadence
Mm-hmm.
and you have your own rhythmic, you know, my rhythm is salsa. You know, I'm just
Mm-hmm.
um, you know, you got your own salsa in it, you know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
think I think that's what, like I said earlier, it's just it's undeniable, and I think that it shines through every time.
No
Cuts through
doubt
the
about it.
noise.
No doubt about it. Now, do you like more than the pen, like writing something down, or are you just elevated to freestyle only? I want everything fresh, everything off the top, nothing on paper.
I mean, for the format that we do now in battle rap, damn, my bad, y'all.
It's
I'm
all
so
good.
sorry. I'm literally, I'm in Miami right
What you
now.
in a
So
set of Fast and Furious or something?
I'm in Miami right now. So they
Oh,
just,
what part of Miami you at? I'm from Miami. You know what part?
yeah, I'm in actually in Hollywood right now. We were at the beach.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh,
so,
Las Olas.
shit, I don't know what to tell your family.
Ah.
I don't know what to tell you. But
All right.
I'm definitely in Hollywood
I
right now.
enjoy that. Enjoy that. But go ahead, my phone, Melissa.
Oh, thank you. No, my bad. Now alarms is going off. Oh my gosh. But yeah, what were you saying? What were we talking about? My bad.
No, you're good. I think you were at the end of David's thing, or answering the end of David's question and just talking about partying in June.
Let me just play this right quick, and then Swan, and then Big Ock.
If I don't, I've been the joke at winning folks. How you went from Gigolo now to Piccolo? I'm about to do Nick worse more than Remy did. Only throne that you need is off a bridge. Beat me? You on that lean. This lame artiferous. Someone tell Uncle Jemima lay off the syrup. I steal shows. Guess I'm a looter. You a fortune teller with no future. My iPod. Facts. Yo, my iPod never played Canon once. It's better you sit down cause your stand-up sucks.
Okay. Go ahead, Swan.
No, that was disrespectful, but funny as fuck, right? Uh,
You know what? I'm low key mad.
she
I'm low key
said.
mad they cut off what I said to DC right after her. I was like, yo, your mom said your face looks stupid now. You the first person to tattoo a unibrow.
Oh shit.
And they, I'm kind of pissed they fucking cut that out, but I'm like, all right, let him
Yo,
live.
when you tell a motherfucker that he best to sit down because his stand up is such, yo, done deal, right?
I think he's still mad at me from that.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right. All them damn baby mamas.
That's
So
funny.
question for you.
Mhm.
You know how it is. You know, a lot of people placate the new girl rappers as twerkers, and they bend it over, bust it open. How do you navigate as somebody that performs with, like, I'm not going to liken you to anyone because you're very in your own lane, but how do you stand apart from people that are promoting sexuality? Because I don't, although you're a very beautiful woman, I keep saying that because you are. How do you deviate from, hey, take away all of this, listen to what I'm saying? How do you maintain that fine line? Because I know people want to exploit and blow up, and try to make you provocative and things of that nature. How do you walk that line and keep that discipline to where people have to respect you, as an MC, not necessarily an entertainer? Goddamn, go ahead.
Yeah, I will say, I learned in battling, some of my best battles are when I'm wearing a hoodie, when you can't really see anything and you have to really just pay attention, you know. And I think that, I think when your talent can be greater than what your image is, that's what's always gonna last forever. You know, your talent is always gonna last forever. And I think in the day and age we're in, I feel like I don't really necessarily be like, oh, yo, you be twerking, I'm better than you because I don't do that shit. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I twerk with my girls. Like I go have fun, have a great time, you know what I mean? We dance, we do all that, you know what I mean? But I feel like for me, my message, my music will always have a message and will speak of the times that are happening right now and will reflect that, will reflect what I am and my culture. You know, I'm gonna be real with you though, like being Puerto Rican, hacemos perreo, bro. Like perreo is like twerking, you know what I mean? And so that's kind of in Caribbean culture, that's kind of like normal, you know what I mean? I think what I will say is that mainstream doesn't allow women to be viewed beyond what the physical part of what a woman is. And so my thing is, I want my music and my art and all of that to be the focal point, and then what I'm wearing and how I look be secondary. You know what I mean? But we got to keep it real. You know, like in this industry, it's like you have to like you have to just know how to balance between the two worlds. You know, between being able to still like stepping into your divine feminine, but also knowing the power that comes with, and knowing when it's appropriate and when it's not, and knowing when that is. I don't know, like sometimes there's 2 weeks out of the month and I'm feeling like, damn, I'm feeling myself, I look good. And then there's 2 weeks out of the month where I'm like, fuck that, don't ever talk to me again, fuck every man. I mean, pause, but you know what I mean? So I think I really want my artistry and my lyrics and my just the music and the energy to be the focal point. And then all that other stuff, you know, I'm grateful that thank you God for whatever he gave me, you know, and I think embracing that is important too, you know. Um I think there becomes a point where women are also told, "Oh wow, you know, you're not allowed to feel beautiful. You're not allowed because now, oh, look at you. Now you're being a slut." And so it's like for women, there's always, you're doing too much. You're not doing enough. You're not doing this. You know what I mean? And so I think for my journey, I really want my artistry to be the focal point. And then all the other stuff is just, I guess, icing on the cake, you know?
No, 100%. Like, I think you do a fine job of delineating, although your presentation is beautiful, you don't or how should I say, you don't show that as like, oh, look at me type thing. So I love that for you. With that being said, how do you balance?
Thank you.
You're very welcome. How do you balance being an artist with, obviously, I'm sure you have fans. How do you balance that with your personal life? And if you don't want to answer, that's fine. But I'm just interested in to see, how do you keep that separate? Because I know you have to survive out here in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I've been so fortunate to have just genuine fans that really support and really like, you know, obviously you're gonna have one or two guys that are kind of weirdos that, you know what I mean, that kind of like stalk you and shit, but I got a pistol, you know what I mean? So like that's kind of where you know, don't start no shit, there won't be no shit type energy. But for me, I'm, you know, being able to balance I think what's very important for artists, and then because of that day and age we're in, everything is like so accessible. I have no problem with creating a boundary. I have no problem with saying, hey, this, you know, I'm not gonna either, I'm just gonna leave you on red and I'm not gonna reply, you know what I mean? Or I don't know, like I feel like for me, I always maintain a boundary, and there's nothing wrong with that as an artist to like, hey, like this is my personal space. Like, please don't call me out of nowhere, like on Instagram, like we not cool like that. You know what I mean? You can DM me. We got, you know, we can talk about whatever you think is the latest in the news and stuff, but other than that, I think with fans, I've been fortunate to have fans that are super genuine and my tribe, you know what I mean? And they really, they really support, they really encourage me. There's moments where I'll be in my head like, yo, I don't know. And, there's the, I don't even call them fans. I call them, my family. To me, I think there's the support that they give me. They don't even realize how much it just motivates me. So yeah, I have no problem keeping a boundary.
No, I love that. Thank you for answering my questions. Go ahead,
There
David.
you go. No problem. No problem. Big Ock.
Yeah, whatever. Re-listening to whatever what you did in that canon made me think about whatever one of the battles of yours that I watched, and I can't think of the girl's name. Well, maybe you'll remember. You told her that she put the hoe in hotep. And then you said, then you told her that she didn't want to battle a dude because he would start talking about her pussy, and then all of a sudden you just went and said that she told her pussy to grab her by the hand, and you just start just tearing into her. She was like, was that improv, whatever? And were you mad at her because the way you did her, it was like that whole battle. It was like I was feeling bad for the girl because you was just killing us. I cannot think of this chick's name, but I swear
Oh
you did her so dirty. But you told her she put the hoe in hotel. First you came with that one. I was like, man. I said she really get it did it when you went to the whole pussy thing. I was just like, wow. I'm like, this is brutal. This is really
yeah.
brutal.
I think it was like some thought she could trump battle rap for not talking about her pussy. Well, that is not the plan, cause she the type to tell her pussy, grab him by the hand.
Yeah.
Well, cause at the time Trump was like grab her by the pussy, but she's the type to tell
Uh-huh.
her pussy, grab him by the. So it's kind of a playoff on that. To me, I just thought that shit was hilarious, and
It
so
was
like,
hilarious. I
and
spit
so
my pop out.
that's.
I was drinking some soda and I spit it out as soon as you said that. I was like, wow. I'm like, this is just brutal.
Nah, that's my girl. You know what though? What's funny is that we ended up drinking some tequila after that and had a photo shoot. And battle raps like that. You know what I mean? You go into these battles with and I know she hated me too. You know what I mean? And so yeah, I mean, I don't know. For me, it was just I always like a good little roast. You know what I mean?
That was
And
more than
so
a roast. That was more
yeah.
than a roast. You cooked the shit out of her.
Oh man, I appreciate that. That was RX. That's actually a pretty good battle. So make sure y'all go watch it on King of the Dot.
Say
What
that
was her
again.
name? Because I can't think of her name. What was her
That's
name?
RX.
Yeah,
RX.
yeah, RX.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
she cook the on?
RX.
Oh my God! Did she cook? I'm talking about cooked. Oh God.
I mean, she did pretty good too. I mean, and that's in her backyard. Well, in her state. That's in California. So it's always a scary thing going to people's, going to people's leagues, going to people's backyards. You know what I mean? It's
Mm-hmm.
but I think that's a testament to how I move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you went in her house and put your feet on the couch and put
Hey.
mud on it. That's exactly what you did.
Well, damn. That's funny. Yeah, shout out to RX. So make sure y'all go watch that.
Speaking of that,
Once KOTD put X on the dotted line. Before my son ever battled, took her first steps on the scene, she studied every round of mine on the edge of her seat. That's why every round is mine. I'm edging in 3. If this a mirror match, you're a reflection of me. When I weighed you at birth, it was no brainer at first. My style you trace and observe. I raised her the nerve. She played your eyes worse, just to downgrade the way this essay plagiarized verse. Wait, but this is town business. Keyword business. And you ain't got no conviction in voice. Got paid off of my phrases. I wage war employees on a wannabe that wanna be crypto and bitcoins. Before I
come on, y'all better go watch that. That was fire right there. Yeah. So
Link it.
Hey,
Link it. Link it.
Oh, I'll link it. I'll link it. Give me 1 second. I
I
have to
felt like
keep.
the second round in that battle was better than the first. The first was the crowd trying to warm up to me, so they was really not like trying to rock with me. Oh, they
But you
wasn't
think they
trying to
be
rock with
hating
me.
though?
And
Like
so,
is that what
yeah.
it is? You think that's what it is? They be hating it like, man, we don't rock with the other team. Whoever comes here.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's usually like that. But I mean, that's why these are things that you kind of have to like work through. You know what I mean? You gotta fight through that because they really they really want you to
Yep.
lose. You know what I mean? And so, and being able to actually make people rock with you, I think is just way more of a skill than like being gassed in the whole room. Cause you could be saying the most mediocre shit and like because somebody's like, oh my gosh, like you know what I mean? People get kind of like confused by that.
That's a
So
fact.
I think I think it just shows the type of skill you got when you can work a room and make a room actually like fuck with you.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of that, I need to ask about this right here, man. When you created this with a person, you got to speak on meeting Tony Toca. Like, how was that experience? You know what I'm saying? A lot of us grew up on his mixtapes. How was that experience meeting him? Were you starstruck? Please let us know how you felt when you first met Tony Touch.
Bruh, was I starstruck? Absolutely. Oh my gosh, yo, like, and it was just so dope, like how the whole process happened. Cause like, I had first met Legs in 2010 because I was hosting an event. I think that's where she was saying, like, yo, you was hosting an event, and then and then I guess Legs had told Tony, like, yo, I met this MC in Orlando. She's dope. And what's cool is that, Tony grew up in Orlando as well. What cats don't realize is that he actually went to high school in Orlando. So he got family out here. And so that's what I'm saying. Like New York and Orlando is like there's it's a connection for sure. And so, yeah, like he came in town and he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna be in town." This was like 2011, bro. And yeah, just meeting him, I was just like, "What the? This is crazy." And he's just super humble and prendelo. I told him, "Yo, prendelo with beat nuts is one of my favorite verses from him." Um, I fucking love that verse. That's one of my favorite ones. And yeah, man, it was just cool that like when I met him, it was just I couldn't believe it. Like, this is crazy. I was like, oh shit, it's Tony Touch. That's my favorite DJ. Really?
So let me see here. I'm gonna do a quick reset right quick. Give me like 2 seconds, and then give me like 2 seconds. Here we go. Play this.
Hello everyone. Please be sure to follow MyVERSE on Instagram and support her by purchasing her amazing merchandise and music. Her Instagram address, myversewashere.com. Let me repeat that. myversewashere, that's all one word, .com. Thank you for rocking with David Kidd and the Great Lyricists Only podcast. And don't forget to follow his page for more exclusive interviews along with Big Ark and Melissa on Instagram, also holding it down. Now, back to you, David.
She's in the room right now. She's right there with the flowers. That's Claire right there. Yeah. So I have a question about this also, right?
Dear children, hope you listen. This is Mother Earth. From beyond your birth, I've been here when the sun emerged. I fed you from me for no love return. To see you grow up and be underserved. In other words, let me nurture. Don't let him deceive. You self-sufficient cause you get it from me. That light bill from the sun paid definitely. Don't let him hustle you your power cause the energy free. I gave mountains to guide you and rivers to ride through. Trees to help you breathe but don't seem to be mindful that other creatures need you cause they live here beside you. A mother's nation, make sure that you fit for survival. Like finish your greens, eat less than your eyes do. Take the trash out, be disciplined and recycle. Seasons getting heated, scolding y'all will be frightful. You gon' learn to clean your room when you live under my roof.
Okay, that was a brilliant TED Talk, which is how hip hop can make climate action cool. So what moved you to connect with those? Can I have those two words connect?
I've worked with my homie Samir. He's the one that actually asked me to do he asked me to do the record. Um, and I had worked with him. I think it was like 2017. I had worked with him for like this event where it was like a competition where we would they would connect MCs with like socially conscious companies. Like I was working with a company that did patio furniture made out of plastic, like reused, like they recycled plastic bottles and turned it into patio furniture. So like just kind of like that concept. And so he was like, yo, I'm doing a TED talk I'm doing a TED talk and I would love for you to like do a record about climate change and climate action. And I mean, I've always been an advocate for, protecting our earth, honoring our earth. And I think as being a person of native descent, it was just drawn to me, and honestly, that record, um, I wrote it in the format of a poem where it was like a personification piece where I'm writing a letter to Mother Earth, and Mother Earth was writing a letter to us, and so that's what inspired that record. And yeah, I mean, he really was trying to get a way to have climate, yeah, just a way to, well, because it's the thing, hip hop has always been an instrument for social action, and from Jadakiss to being like why, and to don't push me because I'm close to the edge. You know what I mean? Like these are songs that are speaking about what is happening around us, and it's just a mirror of the times. And so he wanted us to make a record that spoke to it and make climate action cool. It's a little cringy, but but yes, yes, I know he meant he meant it with the purest intent, and I know that we want to do more. We want to definitely do more as far as like a project and just spreading awareness and just be conscious. I think we're not conscious of sometimes that we just kind of just throwing mad trash out, you know what I mean? And so it's like we're not conscious of it sometimes that there's certain things that we could do where we leave less of a carbon footprint. And so I think that that's important. So I was just honored to even be asked to do that. And so shout out to my girl Kristen Moore, and she's on the hook. And
Yeah, she's
yeah,
fire.
yeah, she's incredible.
All right, so I'm gonna shift gears just a little bit, and then someone else can ask a question. Give me like 2 seconds. Here we go.
You gotta leave to achieve, I don't mind at all. No need to fight it, magnify it, trying to find the flaw. Hurts cause it could've worked, but the timing's off. Tour life been more like the highest wall. Don't want it over, so come over by the poolside. The way we link in God's sand, I'ma do mine. Let you stay a little longer if the mood right. And the only thing we wearing be the moonlight. Damn, daydreaming in the evening.
All right. So speaking of the tour, right? I know you going from state to state in different countries. So what's in your tour bag creatively? Books, beats, is it crystals, notebooks? What keeps as far as your mind going? As far as what do you have?
What do you mean?
Like, are you reading like any particular books? Or are you writing or any type of music that I listen to like people like Gregory Porter, right? And that like keeps me in a calm, chill mood. You know what I'm saying? So, like, are there any books that you're into right now that you're reading that keeps you, your mind free?
Right now I'm into the Celestine Prophecy. I absolutely love that book. Um, Currently, what am I into right now? I'm into actually designing right now. Like that's kind of just been where I'm at as far as like my clothing line. I'm stepping into the space of like actually creating pieces and doing one of one pieces. And so, yeah, that's kind of where I've been creatively just like exploring a lot more of. So I've been sewing since I was a kid. And so now I'm just really stepping into like doing one of one pieces, repurposing some of the stuff and getting into the boutique market. But as far as like repurposing boutiques.
Nice, nice, nice. Big Ock or Melissa?
I honestly want to know what your process is. So you're motivated by things that are social justice, social consciousness. But what is your process from beginning to end on a piece? Again, kind of one, how do you decide what's going to be music, what's going to be spoken word, and what's going to be something that you use maybe in a battle?
For me, I've, you know, I already have like sentences. I already have, or not sentences. I already have like, with certain opponents, I already have like, I have them in my notes already. So it's like sometimes I'll like, for me, I'll be like, oh, this sounds like it would be good for this person, or this sounds like this would be good for that person. Oh, this actually, sometimes I'll like something, sometimes will like, I'm gonna just go to my notes and see what is like something that I've written where I'm just like, uh, I wrote creme de la crop, and I'm like, I don't know, I like the way that sounds. That's gonna be for a song. That's gonna be for a hook or something. And so that's kind of like my notes. I literally have like 17,000 notes. Not
No,
really,
I totally get that.
like
That I totally
1,600.
get.
But yeah, so for me, as far as like battles, bars and stuff, like some certain things I'll like, oh, this might sound good for this person, or just in general, like this will be a dope bar. Like for spoken word, um, my process is like I'll listen to, or I'll like have, it's just something will come to me. Like it'd be like washing the dishes, and I'll be like, oh, this is cool. And then I'll just like write it down and then explore it later.
Mhm.
But to me, spoken word is never, I feel like spoken word is one of the hardest things to finish because it's like, you could
Mhm.
keep adding to it, keep adding to it, and keep adding to it. And, art is never finished, it's just abandoned.
I love that. Art is never finished, just abandoned. I won't steal it, but I love that.
Yeah.
Do you
It's-
still remember the first poem you memorized?
Oh, man. What? Okay. I think. I had, so when I was, my mom wanted me to be in a pageant. So then
Hmm.
I did a poem about beauty standards for a pageant
Hmm.
just because I was like trolling. And
Hmm.
so then, like, so then how does it go? It was like, I was like, a woman's values is so underrated. Society has stated to make it, you are obligated to fit their standards or be separated. Separated from those who are shallow, whose morals are that low, who seem to lack growth. Why is society afraid of variety? This world wasn't made based on looks. A person's intelligence is what it took. Beauty doesn't make information in books, but it makes girls believe, listen to this, that Cosmo magazine can dictate a woman's size. Because magazines, bro, ain't nobody using magazines no more. A Cosmo magazine can dictate a woman's size jeans, or dictates if she'll be a mismate if she doesn't lose this weight. I'm tired of girls crying helplessly, crying because of low self-esteem, because beauty standards are affecting these females who should accept it instead of becoming anorexic. What society has neglected is that, what the fuck did I say after? I don't remember, but that was one of them.
Ew. No, but
But
that's
that was me at
dope.
like 17. You know what I mean? So
That was dope, though. I know
Hey, you
that's
gotta
that we
re-release that
call
one,
it
but yeah.
something else.
I forgot the rest, how that rest went, but yeah, that was one of the first that like I memorized, and I was like, huh. And yeah,
That's what's
yeah,
up.
that was
And
like
you
at
said it was
17.
for a beauty pageant.
It was for a beauty pageant. Yeah, yeah.
It was for like, dang.
And they're like, damn, why the fuck you even here? And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. I'm hip hop. Ah.
Like, dang, she got something on her. Like, she deep. She
Look,
deep. No, I love it.
yeah. Yeah. But I was doing it for my mom because my mom, she used to do runway modeling in Puerto Rico. So she was late. Huh?
Oh, that was
Go, mommy.
nice. Okay,
Yeah.
shout out to mommy, runway model. I can see it. I
Yeah.
can see it. Okay, quick question:
Yeah.
what foundation? Who's your favorite foundation maker?
Say it
Who do you
again.
like to wear? Who do you like to wear? Do you wear makeup? Do you wear foundation?
Oh yeah. Shit. What did I just recently? I just recently got like a Clinique, a Clinique foundation, and I use MAC.
Mm.
I use MAC. I'm a big MAC head. So
Are you a Big Mac head?
yeah, I like MAC. I fucks with MAC.
I like MAC. I like the bronzers with MAC because like you can have that forever and
Uh
it
huh.
never runs out. So I like a bronzer from MAC. I like a lip from MAC because the stain is excellent. Foundation, I'm always torn between. I've used the Clinique. I like the Fenty, and then
Okay.
yeah, if I low budget that
I will note that. Noted. That's good.
yes. If I low budget, then the NYX and the Fit Me are really good. I'm gonna wipe
Mhm.
this off soon, so I don't care if I waste it, but it's good.
Yeah, I like their lip liners.
The Fit
NYX.
Me?
Well, NYX lip liner.
Oh, NYX. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. I like them. I was disappointed with Color Pop. Shout out to Color Pop, but I was
Mm.
disappointed with Color Pop. So yeah, the NYX ones did do an amazing takeover, especially with the naming of the different colors. But anyway, I'll shut up there.
Yeah, I love it. Girl talk. Let's go.
I,
I'm here
I,
for that.
I thought it was Macy's at the the ladies section. All right, no, do your thing, man, do your thing. But I did have a question about this too, man. I'm the audio guy, right? So here we go.
Make that money, not make you. Make it great, make a view, make a space, make it through, make a name, make it you. Your best move like a chess move, make it a knot. Just know, please, I own peace. They ain't taking a spot. Protect king by all means, but don't play as a pawn. A queen knows she can move any way that she wants. These humble beginnings leveled up, cause I face fears. Adjusting my vision, so my focus made clear. Listen, poetry in motion while my tribe Shakespeare's. All us can't reach the promised land if we stay here. You gotta move
So
up
that was making moves, right, with another Floridian, just like myself and just like you. Shout out to Florida. You know what I'm saying? We in a mother building. Shout out to
Hey.
Florida. Yeah. So on this app, they always talk about New York, Texas, man. Forget all of them. We Florida running the house today, damn it. Florida.
Hey.
Yeah. I'm being petty
Chill. They gonna
tonight.
fight me in Texas. Hold on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You're
nah,
gonna be
nah.
like, what?
But now, so I was making moves with Loso, which is also again another rapper from, you know what I'm saying? He's from Tampa, right? So when y'all created that song together, what was the process of making that? Because you know, at all times, I'm thinking that when you see somebody who's a possible foe, did y'all spar before or after, or you just said, today's the day off, I'm gonna just write a good song and keep it pushing? What was the process in that?
I mean, well, so the song was for M3S3. It was a way to promote his. He was promoting his new clothes, or just some new pieces that he had, and so he had paid us to do that record. And so yeah, I just do what I do. My verse, I made the hook, I wrote the hook, and I wrote the verse, and Loso did his part, I did my part, and I pretty much structured it. Like I was like, I wanted him to say the hook with me. Um, and then yeah, that was kind of what it was. I mean, the process, like I said, when I do a record, I'm all about concepts. And so the concept of M3S3 is chess. And so, if you hear the first bars, your best moves like chess move, make it or not. Just know, please, I own peace. They ain't taking my spot. Protect king by all means, but don't play as a pawn. A queen knows she can move any way that she wants. So it's literally a play off of chess, which is what represents M3S3. So you know what I'm saying? When you ask me to do a song, I'm gonna do it right.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
pay
yeah.
me to do it, I'm gonna make sure we stick with the concept, and my goal is to definitely be the best rapper on the record. Yeah, that was truly what and I wanted to make a great record for M3S3. So shout out to him. He's one of my good friends and good peoples. He
Yeah.
supports he supports battle rap for sure, genuinely.
Oh
So
yeah, I know. Because it's the Saga, Loso, and man, what's the younger name, man? Is he from Arizona? I forgot the younger's name. It's another rapper that they got with them. It's like a collective. They dope as hell, man. I know they do like Christian like battle rap, man, which is fire, man.
Yeah, shout out to Saga. We have a compliment battle. We did. Um, that was great. That was with Barstool. And yeah, had a good time. Saga's good
Yeah,
peoples.
A Ward. Hey, my bad, A Ward. Ah, I forgot his name that fast. That's crazy. But I'm gonna have one more question. I'm gonna have some folks that want to come up and ask me questions. There are some fans in here that want to ask me questions. But I want to ask about this track right here.
No fucks, what I'm giving, I'm just doing me. If you not a rude gal, that's just rude to me. Learn your manners, I'm the future, please. No Billie Jean, light up, better move your feet. She be with the pretty, pretty dolls, you know. See me, shake it like I'm all alone. In the mirror, fearless, bitch, I'm in my zone. Boy, you know I'm jamming while you call my phone.
Yeah, that's that trago, right? So when you created that song, right? Oh, you know what? Let me just switch it up a little bit. Is there a bar you've written that still makes you smile and say, "Yeah, I did that"? Like you said, you know what I'm saying? Natalia did that. So what's a bar that says, "Yeah, I'm really proud of that bar right there"? If there's any.
If God is just a woman, this the meeting of your maker. That's probably one of my favorite bars. Yeah, that I wrote on Mother. That was off of that shit. So yeah, that's make sure you go stream that. That's just one of my favorite bars. Um, what else? I don't know. That's just one that I was just like, damn, I fucking love that. Right? I don't know.
And I make sure I posted the link at the top. Make sure everybody goes to the top, which is her website. I'm bringing folks up, man. I think Maul, he had a question, man. Oh, you know what? I'll do it the opposite way. So Maul, come on up, man. Come on up. I think he had a question. Come on up, brother. Introduce yourself, and you had a question for MyVERSE.
Yeah, peace to the room. My name is Jersey Mal. I'm an artist that's actually living in Orlando, and I know that you're from Orlando. So first and foremost, I want to say you're talented, and I appreciate you coming out and speaking with us. My question is, are you tapped into the current Orlando hip hop scene? And if so, what are some artists that you're currently with from Orlando?
Yeah, currently working with Soy is Real. He's a really dope producer. Definitely look him up. We actually created a beat together. My homegirl picked it out. It was an Edie Chacon sample. And we made a record and he's a super dope producer. El Bless, that's another one. My homie Nico is Niko is. He's fire. We got actually like 2 records together, and we might even do a whole little EP together. So definitely keep a lookout for that. And yeah, man, I'm definitely tapped in with Orlando artists. Especially the MCs, especially the ones that do go off the top. And my homie MIM. Who else? Yeah, for the most part, those are people that I'm like, they're incredible, and they're still active MCs. And have you gone to Austin's Coffee on Mondays? Hello?
I have not. No, I have not. I have not.
Okay.
I've done a few showcases recently, but no, I've never been there. So Austin's coffee shop, you said?
Yeah, definitely pull up on Mondays. They do a hip hop night, but it's just like freestyle MC, like freestyle rap. So you would wait in a line and get on the mic and freestyle off the top. And so it's a lot of
Oh,
MCs. It's a staple in Orlando hip hop. So definitely pull up and you're gonna meet a lot of dope people. It's hosted by my homie RC Sniper and
okay.
that whole gang over there. Yeah,
Hey,
Dope.
man.
Yeah, I'll
Thank you for
definitely do
that.
that.
Thank you for that question, man. Thank you for that question, man. And real quick, I have some rapid fire questions for you, right? So
sure.
here we go. And if anybody else has any questions, that's part of the stand. Do your thing, man. Let me get the music ready. Here we go. So my question is this. Bars or beats, what comes first as far as when you're making a beat, as far as making a song, what comes first in your mind? Like, you need to hear the beat first before you write, or you write before you hear the beat?
I think it depends, but for the most part, I hear the beat first.
All right, all right. Dream battle, past or present opponent.
Dream battle.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, mm, Loaded Lux.
Ah, yeah, good, good, good. Most
Yeah.
underrated female MC of all time.
Most underrated female. I'll say Shauna.
Oh, that's a fact. Studio session, snack, chips or chocolate?
Uh, Chips or chocolate?
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Probably
say
neither.
chips, but yeah, probably neither. But chips. I like chips.
All right, all right. So you can only keep one in the kitchen forever. Sofrito or sazon?
Yeah, sofrito, nene. You can
All
get a little
right.
salt.
Yeah.
And you
All
salt.
right. A little salt. First verse you ever memorized from another artist?
I say Tony Touch. Prendelo by Beat Nuts.
Ah, nice, nice. One word to describe your pen.
Bars.
Bars. There you go. A song that instantly makes you feel proud of your roots.
Que se sepa by Roberto Rowena.
Yo, the I can do the
Yeah.
the Y's, I can do the R's, but what was that? You gotta send me that one.
Roberto Rowena.
Okay, there you go. I'm
Yeah.
like, what? All right. You get a 16 on a classic track. What songs are you jumping on? On a classic track. Mm-hmm.
I'll say Twins by Big Pun.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Fat, yeah, yeah, yeah. Last one. What's the best advice you get? Uh, what's the best advice you ever got about writing bars? What's the best advice you ever got by writing bars?
um, um, I would say, uh, make sure it's you.
It's
I would
authentically you. Mm-hmm.
make sure it's you, but honestly, just don't overcomplicate it.
Makes sense. Makes sense. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was just my rapid 10. You know what I'm saying? It was just a quick little 10 right quick. Also,
Yeah.
so I wanted to ask you, we spoke about those movies. Did you get a chance to check any of the movies out? I let
I
her
did
know.
not. Oh my gosh, I have not. I'm
Boo.
in
Hold on. Hold
Miami
on.
right now. I was
How
doing
do
an
you get
event
a
with Red
buzz?
Bull.
Yeah,
Sorry.
there you go. You get a buzz for that. You got to
Yeah.
check it out, man.
I do, I do, I do, I do, I do. I will. I just haven't had time these past this week has been crazy because I'm getting ready for LA and then I'm in Miami right now. Um, yeah, I was doing an event with Red Bull and then I was hosting an event on Friday with Gramps Winwood. So
Okay, okay.
yeah,
Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, but yeah, if
but
you
I
want
will
to,
check it out.
yeah,
What was it, Old Boy?
it was Old Boy, Lady Vengeance. Remember the name of the one movie, Atonement, which you did say, oh, that's a good
Oh,
battle.
Atonement. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, I send you, I
What's
send you the
up?
list. Yeah, I got you, I
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I told everybody to definitely check out your website, which is myverse was here.com. Big Ock, Miss Melissa, Swan, do you have a question before we move out?
No, I don't have any questions, but I do want to say that it was a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, same. Thank you.
And I enjoyed your transparency. I enjoyed the way that you were authentically you. And I can't wait to see you one day on my TV screen. I don't know what you're going to do.
Yes.
Like ultimately, let me ask you a question. Ultimately, do you want to take this beyond emceeing and entertaining, just on on a music level? Do you want to take it anywhere else?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I want to go from writing a poetry book to doing a screenplay, and there's I'm writing a script right now. So, I mean, to me, I think we should never limit ourselves to one form of expression. And so, yeah, I mean, I'd love to get into doing acting and stuff. I do got a little credit for my church's chicken commercial. uh, so I'm a little proud of that. And yeah, I would love to, if the opportunity presents itself, to audition for to be a part in a movie or even just creating my own movie, that would be incredible. So yeah, I'm definitely always open to different forms of self-expression.
Hey, yo, I love that because I think you will be dope. I think you'll be cool. You know what you need to go for? Now, I don't know. Maybe we need to talk to Tyler Perry. Who does that P Valley show? I think you'll be good on there.
Oh, that might be fun. Being a stripper? Yes.
No, no, you don't
She's
want
formally trained.
I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking. Yes. I listen. Y'all tag Tyler Perry and say, "Yo, get my girl in your next
No, for
movie."
real. And
You
he
know
gonna be
what I
like,
mean?
"Ugh."
Yeah. I
All
love
right, we'll
that.
tag
That would
you.
be fire. That would be fire. And I'll be like, yes, thank you to the Great Lyricists Only podcast for getting me this
Yeah, yeah,
look.
yeah, yeah,
Ah, look
yeah,
at
yeah,
them.
yeah. All right, Melissa, you're right, Melissa.
I love that. Thank you so much for these questions.
I echo everybody else's sentiment. This is definitely be one hell of a ride. And I thank you for the encouragement. I thank you for the transparency. I thank you for giving away the seeds to the game, just kind of taking us on your journey and even beyond that. I'm looking forward to also kind of seeing you go to infinity and beyond.
Oh.
What would you give your past artistic selves, so your ballerina you, your spoken word you, all those things, your humble what would you say to them now that you wish you would have known then?
Hmm. Um, what would I have done? What would I tell my past self that I wish I had known now? Um, I will say, have grace. Have grace. I think I've always been very hard on myself to be it has to be perfection. And it has to be and just release the song, damn it. you know? That's what I would have been put just release it, let it go. And I think what happens is as artists is we hold on to music and we just let it sit there, and collect dust. And I would tell my past other selves to just, finish the poem. And this is where I tell you, like, spoken word is one of those. It's one of those art forms that it's you don't know when it's truly finished. The piece.
I love that you said that because I have a hard time writing long pieces. I feel
Yeah.
like I just want to get there, get to the point, and get on up out of there. And
Yeah.
so I thank you for saying that. Like, I'm a little longer than a haiku, but we're not going to stay here for 15 minutes neither.
Right.
Um,
Right. Right. I will agree with you on that one. I will agree with you on that one. And luckily, for real though, poetry slams have definitely showed me that we're gonna keep it under 3 minutes at
yeah,
least. You know what I mean?
we going to wrap this up.
Cause shit. When is lunch? You know what
Oh
I mean?
my God, that is so
Yeah.
serious. Thank you so much. I will rest there with my giggle. I appreciate you. Laughter is like medicine. So thank you for my dose. You have
Yeah.
an amazing evening.
Oh, you as well. You as well, Queen. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Swan, a big art.
Yeah, I just want to thank you for being here with us. You know what I'm saying? It's been fire, like everybody else said. I got a little noise going on in the background. The Central M thing done kicked
I
on.
think we all got
So
background
you know
noise.
what?
I think we're all outside.
We're
We're
all
all outside right now.
outside.
Okay.
Yeah,
Elsa.
we're outside. I
Yeah.
mean, I can't wait to the next interview with you. I'm gonna be a little bit more prepared. I'm gonna watch some more battles.
Oh, you're
Get
so.
the right record there.
I appreciate you. And if you want to watch my first battle, it was against LV. And I will say this: my first battle ain't nothing changed. The bars was always there. The bars was
Oh,
there
you
from the
got
beginning.
bars. Oh,
And
you
that,
got
and
bars.
yeah, they've been there from the beginning. It wasn't like overnight. Like, whoa, how'd she start rapping good? Nah, your girl been nice from the gate. So yeah.
You know what I wanted to ask you about? Because you be roasting, right? So I know me personally. So Swan is a roast. I would say roast master, just like myself. So how does that definitely help help you when it comes to battle? You know what I'm saying? Battle rapping. Like, what makes you say, you know what? Let me not make this a funny bar as opposed to making it like a serious bar? Because you want, like, naturally, I want to roast people all day. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, you know what? Let me be serious right now. So how do you do that? But I
I
know.
think what makes it funny is when you are serious. That's the part that makes it funny. You know what I mean? I mean, some of the shit that I'll be thinking, I'll be like, that's just silly. Like, girl, you better not say that. You know what I mean? But sometimes, you just honestly, I'm the type of person. I don't play it safe with my shit. I'll experiment. I'll try some shit just to see, and if it works, cool. If it doesn't, like, you move on. But like I'm the type of person, I love to test the waters, like, see, like, fuck it. Let's see what happens if I do say this shit. You know what I mean? So I like I just, to me, I don't feel like you'll ever go wrong with going funny. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's me all day. I want to roast motherfuckers all day.
I think you just never go wrong with it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
and I
so,
find myself trolling people because, like, I'm like, oh man, this is so easy for me to troll. So I do the same
yeah,
thing. So,
yeah.
so I'm a troll. Swan's a troll. Melissa, man, we're trolling here. But
I think, I think, but honestly, Lo, the for me, my experience with battle rap, the improv, like in going back to the improvising freestyle battle raps, all of that was roasting each other. Like, there was just being funny. You know what I mean? And so that, to me, was the foundation of battle rap for me. Like, it was, just cats roasting each other, and like, it was just something that was natural. So yeah, that just, I don't know. I'd pick a funny bar over like serious, but yeah, I could be serious too. But saying a funny bar with a serious voice is just
yeah,
the funniest fucking thing.
yeah,
Like,
because like straight face.
you know what I mean? Like, the face doesn't match what the fuck I just said, and that's the funny part.
So let me just give me like 2 seconds here.
MyVERSE, it was an absolute pleasure meeting you and learning more about your journey. We deeply appreciate your time, energy, and your commitment to pushing humanity forward through your art. On behalf of the audience, our co-hosts Melissa the Exclusive and Big Arc, and the creator and host David Kidd, we thank you for joining us on Great Lyricists Only podcast. Thank you for proudly representing your Panamanian and Puerto Rican heritage with such grace and authenticity. We know your family and friends must be incredibly proud. So, be blessed and have a wonderful evening. Good night and take care.
I wish she was able to come over. She's probably asleep now. This is like, what is it, 3 o'clock in the morning, probably over there right about now.
Players on stage.
Sorry, I'm pressing mic and it's not happening.
Oh
You're right.
shit! It's the
I told you,
voice.
it's the voice.
Real
It's the
person.
voice. It's
That's-
the voice. Good morning.
Hi, Claire.
Hello.
Oh
I just
wow,
thought I'd
thank
come
you.
up and say hello.
Well, thank you so much for doing. I honestly thought it was, your voice has such clarity in it. I thought it was like AI. I was like, did you get like a AI to be able to do it? But no, it's you, and that's incredible. You have such a good voice. Like, it should be on the radio.
Thank you. David and I have been doing this for years now. Yeah, he sends me a script. I say, no, you can't say that, and adjust it all and send him a recording back. We've got it down to a fine art between us now.
Oh,
But
that's
no, it's
incredible.
really good to hear your story. Thank you so much for coming up and talking with us. Really lovely to
Absolutely.
hear it.
Oh, you're too kind. Thank you so much. And I think it's so cool that he got you to do that for me. So thank you. I'm honored.
Oh, you're very welcome. Very
Yeah,
welcome.
absolutely. No problem, no problem. And so what I'll do is, for my 2 hosts, I'm gonna make it 3, right? So my 3 hosts, they can go to the website, and I'll go ahead and I'll get one of them. Each one of them gonna get a MyVERSE shirt. Now, please, 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 ladies, make sure y'all tag me and tag Miss MyVERSE to the when y'all get y'all shirts. You feel me? There was supposed to be some questions, but I'm gonna go straight to it, man. So Melissa, Swan, and Clay, you know what I'm saying? Go to the website and you know what I'm saying, we'll just, you know what I'm saying, support Miss MyVERSE by going to her website, also stream her album, stream my album. So make sure you stream that. Also, we're gonna make sure that whatever you do, we're gonna support you. Not just follow and share, like whatever you got going on. We're gonna make sure we support. And that's my job, you know what I'm saying, is to do that, which is to push that forward, which is to help support people. So yeah, so those three ladies, I got y'all. I know what it is. Again, MyVERSE. Thank you so much, Miss Natalia.
Oh, David, you're so kind. Thank you so much for having me. And thank you guys so much for just inquiring of who I am. And I just really appreciate y'all. And I wish y'all the best. I say God bless for real.
But again, thank y'all for being here at Great Lyricists Only podcast with your host, David Kidd. Shout out to my mother, Gloria, for making this possible. So also my daddy, Stephen and Stephen Messapusa. So I said it in Creole. Thanks to my daddy and my mama. All right, so thank y'all. Hope you have a blessed evening, y'all. Salute.
We've got it down to a fine art between us now.
And again, thank you so much for being here at Great Lyricists Only podcast. Shout out to my mother, Gloria. God bless you all.